Dr. Anderson should have inspired all of us. There comes a time in our life where, as Franny Lou Hamer said, you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you know you have to do something. And it usually stretches you beyond what you perceive to be as possible. That's when you set yourself in motion. And with every step forward, you begin to see that the impossible is possible if we see the potential of moving forward. I had never heard of Dr. Anderson. Brett called me Friday morning. He said, "Do you have a couple minutes?" And as he went into the story about Dr. Anderson and how he had this relationship with Martin Luther King, it's incredible. The things that we don't know that impact us today. But what I got out of that was a lesson. That lesson is the power of our will. The universe is always calling us into action. The universe is always asking us, will you? Will you have the will to do my will? And every second, minute, hour, we're here to be set in motion, to be set on fire for change. That's who we are. We're agents for change. Self-transformation. That's happening. And there's a point that we have to point to in our life and make a critical decision about what's next. What saith we will be our fate. And so this morning I come to you excited. I was excited about seeing the video, and Brett, I want to thank you, because that was 2.5 hours of interview time with Dr. Anderson. Somehow, you edited into something special. Thank you, Brett, for your talent. You are the treasure of Renaissance Union. So with that, Dr. Anderson interview, you should be ready to go. Are y'all ready to go? Well, let's go somewhere different this morning. Can everybody please rise? Now, my message today won't be long, but as we say, Brett, hopefully it'll be strong. It's my baby got a workshop today, so she want to downplay it. But can you just get into a mindset? What if I had to do what I had to do right now? Would I do it? And it's always going to be this ebb and flow of emotions. It's human. I know it makes you want to say, I'm only human, but not so. So can you repeat after me? I am unstoppable. I am the fire. I am the force. I am the unyielding power of transformation for good and greater things. The past is powerless. Powerless. My future is forming. I am walking forward in faith. You may be seated. I've been there. I've done that. I have memories. I don't need to go back. Sisters and brothers, the truth is, you cannot live backwards. You cannot live a backwards life. My mother used to tell me, you're going out the world backwards. She should add a little extra to that. But every time I would do something that didn't make sense in her mind, or was flawed thinking and flawed action, she would say that. You're going out this world backwards. This is not the way you're supposed to live. And so this morning, I'm asking us not to get stuck living backwards. Not to get stuck living in the past. Anybody here ever lived in the past? Mind, body, spirit, we live in the past. And 80% of our time is spent on the past. It's amazing how psychologists say 80% of our thoughts are about the past. If you're not moving forward, if you're living in the present moment as an opportunity, that 80% is shifted. And you're focused on what can be, what should be, what will be. So this morning, I'm asking you to go to a special place with me, spiritually and mentally, to go to a special place with me that everybody can go to. But only a few go and live there forever. This place is fantastic. All things are possible. You can do anything. You can do greater things. And so I'm going to ask you this morning, send out a special invitation. Will you come with me to this special place? Will anybody come with me? Raise your hand if you'll just come with me this morning. She said, what the heck I got to lose? That special place is the point of no return. Anybody ever been there? The point of no return. I can't go back. I've already done it. It's gone. I can never go back. I can never be that person again. I can never do those things again. And frankly, I don't want to. The point of no return. It's like you just say this with me. Can you just say this with me? I have crossed the point of no return. There is no turning back. The past is powerless. My future is forming. I'm walking forward in faith. I don't believe you just yet. Not yet. So I want you to say this again with me and claim it with power, high power, ultimate power, dominion, and authority. Say this with me again. I have crossed the point of no return. There is no turning back. The past is powerless. My future is forming. I walk forward in faith. And here we are. What I'd like to say is, boom! Can we just say, boom? The door is closed. No returns, no exchange. You ever bought something and in the store it looked good? Most of us now, we buy it on the internet, don't we? We surf the net, we find the shirt, we find the blouse, we find the pants, we find the suit, find the shoes. And then it arrives, and you try it on. And it really doesn't do justice to how it looked on the screen. Then you read the fine print, no returns, no exchanges. And that's a lot like life. We get into these situations, these experiences, and then we realize you can't give it back, or give him back, or give her back, or give them back. You say, oh my goodness, what a purchase, what a bad experience, what a bad purchase it was. But there's no return. I want to tell you a story. It happened over 500 years ago. This bold explorer decided they were going to set sail to a new land. He had 2 ships. His name was Hernan Cortez. They were in uncharted territory, and they arrived on land. And all of a sudden, his crew began to look around. They began to have reservations about this mission, reservations about this uncharted territory. Doubts, fears set in. And so this general, Cortez, made a bold, irreversible decision. You ever made an irreversible decision? He made this irreversible decision. He gave the command, burn the ships. Burn the ships. Burn the ships. Said, we can't give ourselves a way out. We can't give ourselves a retreat. We can't allow ourselves to return to business as usual, back to the familiar. And so he gave the order, burn the ships. No retreats, no more safety nets. We have to move on, move forward, and explore the possibility in the new land. And so I asked you this morning, is there a ship? Are there ships that you need to burn up? Are there things that you're carrying with you that you need to burn up, let go, release? But it's even more drastic when we make the decision, Brandon, to just burn it up, to incinerate it, to take it away as an option. Too many times we live ourselves a way out, an escape path. You ever done that before? I'm on a diet, but just this one time, I'm going to eat it, I'm going to drink it. You ever broke up with somebody, maybe even gotten a divorce, but you kept their number in your directory, just in case. You ever leave old clothes around in the closets? I'm never going to be that big again, but just in case, I'm going to keep them. And so we have this pattern of behavior where we seem to always allow ourselves an escape clause in the contract that we have that says, I want to move forward. Through spiritual law that says you can't maintain 2 positions, 2 mindsets in one space. Have you ever heard of duality? People think that you can think one thing and do another. But it comes to a point where you have to burn the ship. Burn the ship. Can you just say with me, burn the ship? Burn the ship from those past things that we believe, past regrets, past mistakes, past things that didn't happen the way we want them to happen. And we hold on to those things, the comfort zone moments. Well, I'm okay with just enough. I'm okay with just getting by. I'm okay with just doing enough when nobody calls me out for the need to be greater than I am. Those material attachments that we have, all the junk that we keep around, I've got them too. Every drawer in our house is full. Stuff from years in the past. It's present. Closets filled with things. 20, 30 years of age. I'm never going back to those things. The self-sabotage patterns that we have. Knowing that we've been told we can't continue to do things the way we do them and get different results. Knowing that I'm on medication and I can't eat that, drink that, but I do it anyway. Knowing that that person is no longer good for me, no longer has my best interest, but I still have conversations, interactions with them. And so the call today is to burn the ship, erase the things that no longer serve you. That's where we're at today. This is dangerous territory because for many of us, it's uncharted territory. But excuse me if I didn't tell you that life is about constant change. Every second, minute, hour is different than the last. And so what we do is we fight the same. The same thing I had yesterday, I want today. The same behavior I exhibited yesterday, I want to exhibit today. It's evolution. It's about constant change. Constant change and being familiar with that constant change. Change is life, and life is change. Can you say that with me? Change is life, and life is change. And this is it. And so when you start thinking about, well, how do I get past this? How do I begin to attract the kind of things, the kind of people, the kind of experiences, the kind of prosperity that I want? What must I do differently to see the world differently? How must I think, act, and feel to really attract the life that is my best life? Anybody ever wondered that? You ever come to the point where you say, I'm not living at the highest level of my capacity, and I want something different? And it all comes back to, I have to change. There's a law of attraction thing that says when you release fear and old limitations, you magnetically draw in possibility and abundance. Now let's declare this today. I am the creator of my reality. I'm going to get out of your business and into my business. Because if I'm into my business, I can run my business more efficiently and effectively. And so what do we come back to? Mind your own business. Is that right? I'm into mindsets. I'm into psychology. You guys know my degrees are in that field, counseling, because I'm always trying to figure out why the disturbed is so disturbed. And who is the most disturbed person I know? Me. I'm disturbed, right? I need help. Because I'm always on this teeter-totter ride, and I'm probably the only one, but I get these situations where I'm high, I can do all things through the Christ that strengthens me. I'm a bad mama jamma. But then I go low. I don't know. I don't know if I know what I know. And that's the challenging part of all of this. And so the idea is to burn the ships. Because the things that hold me back are the things that have always held me back. And if you can relate to that, let's go a little bit deeper. Can we go just a little bit deeper? Neville Goddard said something that I love. Turn your attention away from the past problems and put your attention on that which you want to demonstrate, manifest, and demonstrate again. What does that mean? Turn your attention away from the past problems and put your attention on that which you want to demonstrate, manifest, and demonstrate again. It's all in alignment. The idea is that past problems need to be put in the past. And the whole idea is that we keep regurgitating the past and we can't move on. Excuse me. The universe is calling us to do more, be more, and have more. So every second, every minute, every hour, nothing stays the same, but we have this transformative power within us that if we align with the Christ consciousness, we can go to a higher level. But we have to put the past in the past. Can you just say, put the past in the past? The past is gone. My present is here and frees me from the past. Charles Fillmore said, the past is behind, and so the past must be left behind. The new day is at hand. Now is the time to put away all limited thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, and rise into the abundant life. And if we're all being honest today, we want love, joy, peace, prosperity, the good life, don't we? And so it's time to shift. Can we just say shift from victimhood into visionary possibility? Now, let's do this again. It's time to shift from victimhood to visionary possibility. And what does this mean? It means that if we move away from victimhood, which is our alibi, and we talked about the alibi, because someone always asks you the question, why aren't you doing the things you want to do? Why haven't you woken up, gotten up, and did more, be more, and have more? Why haven't you decided to gain the skills, the knowledge that you need to move ahead on that vision, that dream? Why haven't you? And we come with that alibi. 13 reasons why I don't move forward. 14 reasons why I won't read the book. 15 reasons why I won't give up pork chops. Or my 21 reasons why I can't give up salty cashew nuts, knowing that they cause inflammation in your body. So we all have something. And we have the reasons nicely put out on the table. If Brett asked me today why I'm not taking action, I got a reason. If Leah asked me today why I'm not giving that up, I have a reason. Baby, you know I'm trying. It's something about the baby that makes a difference in my house. Baby, you know I'm trying. And how many times do we coddle ourselves, Steve, by saying, Stuart, baby, you know I'm trying. I'm trying to give it up. I'm trying to kick the habit. But I have this addiction to the past, and the past keeps on presenting itself as the future, as the lane forward. But I know it's not. And so I have to turn my attention away from this ideology that I can get the same results that I got in the past, even though the time has changed and I'm a new person. You see, there's something about burning the ships that makes me go back into the Bible. And you remember when the Israelites couldn't return to Egypt? You remember when Moses said, the enemy that you see today, you will see no more. But it requires you to do something. It requires you to step forward and trust, have faith that when you step forward, that sea will part for you. But when you step into that new ground, that new territory, that new space, you'll come to see that when you look back, the enemies that you had before, the problems of the past are no longer there. And so it's this idea that if we shut ourselves off from the past, the new path can be found. That's the idea. We remember Noah with the ark. The order was to get on the ark, bring a few friends, but then once you're on there, shut the door. Shut the door. This reminds me, Debbie, what my mother used to say when she wouldn't be home when we were coming home from school. She'd say, boy, when you get home, you get in that house, you lock that door, let down those shades, and you don't let anybody in. Have you ever had that kind of order? Don't you open that door to anybody. Because chances are, if I didn't tell you someone was coming by that house, it's a stranger. And at that point, it's stranger danger. We can't afford to let strangers in our new land, in our new mindset. We can't afford to be invaded by the enemies any longer. We can't afford to open the door to old habits, old way of thinking, old beliefs. When we go inside this time, we shut the door. And we know that in my Father's house are many rooms. But in those rooms are where I find the love, the joy, the peace, success that I want. That's where we want to be. We always hear the story about Jesus on the cross. But it was in that garden, the Garden of Gethsemane, where he was having a conversation. He didn't want to move forward. Just like us. It's something about Jesus that we think about perfection. And there he is in this conversation with the Almighty Spirit. And Jesus is saying, I don't want to go that way. It's unknown territory. It's an uncharted path. I know the promise, the pledge that you made. But I'm comfortable here. But then he came to a crossroads. And he said, not my will, but thy will be done. And that's when he stepped forward. And he said, I carry that cross because at some point I'm going to be on that cross. And when I'm on that cross, I'm going to look down and all the things that burdened me, bothered me, I'm going to look small. And I'm going to know that they're just temporary. So I'll do it. I'll move forward. I'll walk with that cross. Because it will be released. So all I'm asking you today is burn your ship. The cargo on your ship doesn't need to move forward with you. This is the day that the Lord has made. And so it's your time to rejoice in every day moving forward. Can we say an affirmation? You probably need to stand up. Because when you're sitting down, you're too comfortable. And when you're sitting down, there's no movement, there's no motion, there's no action. We're good at what we call lip service. Anybody ever heard of lip service? Well, we say you're going to do something, but you do something different. And so you never do what you say you're going to do because you never set it in motion. So on our feet, here we are. And I want you to think about the thing that's on your ship right now. The ship of your mind, your body, your spirit. That cargo that you've been carrying with you. Like a little tugboat. Everywhere you go, you just see the trail of all the past things that you really don't need now. It's no good for me. It's not doing me justice. It's not allowing me to walk into the future and look towards the future and realize that what's ahead of me is better than what's behind me. I don't care what age or stage you are. Life is for an eternity. But here I am, trying to walk forward and look back. And I can't do a good job of moving forward while I'm looking back. Can you just say this affirmation with me? Say it like you're ready to just burn the ships. Say it. I have burned my ships. I have cast away every limitation of my past. I am transformed. I am renewed. I am unstoppable. I am the light of my life. I am the power of my purpose. I am ready to conquer the future with unyielding faith. There is no turning back. I want you to look at the person next to you, around you, and just say, I ain't going back. Just use your worst English possible and just say, I ain't going back. I ain't going back. You may be seated. Renaissance Junior, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Thanks for having me this morning. I appreciate you.